Think of a time you pushed hard to get someone to agree with you, only to watch them completely shut down. Pushing creates resistance. The harder you pull, the harder they pull back. Instead of pushing, top executives use a specific behavioral toolkit built on psychological laws to pull people in. By the end of this video, you will have a concrete 7-step checklist to reverse engineer that resistance. Right now, think of one specific meeting or conversation you have coming up where you need someone to say yes. Relying on natural charisma is a gamble. Structuring your behavior around proven cognitive triggers gives you a precise, repeatable system to get that yes. Step 1 is triggering reactance. If a person feels their freedom is being restricted, they instinctively do the opposite of what you want. To bypass this, explicitly give them the option to walk away. Look at the difference in approach. Begging someone to agree screams desperation. Handing them the information and stating the choice is theirs shows absolute confidence. When you remove the pressure, the target's defensive wall drops. They will actually start asking you for more details. Step 2 is creating scarcity. Stop telling people you are available whenever they need you. Instead, restrict your availability to narrow, specific time windows. Participants were shown 2 jars of chocolate. The left had 10 pieces, the right had 2. People consistently rated the chocolate in the nearly empty jar as better tasting. We automatically assign a premium to things harder to get. By removing the pressure to agree and limiting your availability, you shift the social dynamic. Instead of chasing, you position yourself as the scarce resource that others need to secure. Step 3 leverages reciprocity. Before you ask for anything, offer a small, unprompted favor. Humans are hardwired to balance the social ledger. Tracking waitstaff tips reveals human reciprocity. A single mint yields a 3% increase. 2 mints bump it to 14%, but leaving 1 mint, then returning to offer a second, surges the tip to 23%. Keep this calculated. If you give constantly without boundaries, you signal weakness, and people will start taking your favors for granted. Step 4 is confessing a knowledge gap. When you voluntarily admit that you don't know the answer to a minor detail, you instantly disarm skepticism. Look at this pie chart. When surveyed, a massive 80% of people rate themselves as above-average drivers. We're conditioned to hide our flaws. Because everyone else is faking overconfidence, admitting a genuine gap in your knowledge immediately makes you stand out. Revealing a minor weakness acts as a multiplier for your expertise. By proving you're willing to admit a gap, you build a baseline of honesty that makes your strengths much harder to dismiss. Step 5 triggers consistency. Before you pitch your main objective, get the person to agree to a tiny, undeniable point. This visualizes subconscious priming. Once a person makes a small initial commitment, their brain wants to maintain a consistent self-image. They will cross the rest of the stones and accept a larger request just to prove their first decision was correct. Step 6 uses social proof. Never present your request as a risky, untested idea. Frame it as the standard action everyone else in the industry is already taking. These interface metrics show why a product with 5,000 reviews often outsells a technically superior alternative with only 1. When we lack personal experience, the volume of social proof provides a mental shortcut that heavily influences our final decision. Step 7 uses reverse psychology through the doubt challenge. If you gently express concern that a project might be too complex for a colleague's current bandwidth, you trigger their ego. They will suddenly find the time and energy just to prove you wrong. These final 3 steps succeed because they stop fighting the target's logic. You are simply pointing their deeply ingrained herd instincts and their own ego in the direction you want them to go. The 7-step checklist is now complete and ready for deployment. Instead of exhausting yourself trying to force an agreement, you now have the tools to control the social dynamic effortlessly. Take that upcoming conversation you thought of earlier. Select just 1 step from this framework and test it out today. True, lasting power comes from strategically guiding human nature, rather than attempting to conquer it.